Hello and welcome to Cyclone Fanatic Daily here on a Wednesday. Thank you for everyone who has supported what we've done so far. We are just getting started and we're going to have an announcement coming next week on the future of what this is going to look like heading into the season. And while I completely love this medium, there is still a ton of value in the written word, and we've got the best sports writer in the state in Rob Gray. Rob has a great story up right now on CycloneFanatic.com on wide receiver Daniel Jackson. Jackson has had nothing but bad breaks seemingly as a Cyclone. A car accident took away his senior year of high school before he even got to Iowa State, and then injuries have piled up as he missed his redshirt senior year last season with a season-ending leg injury. Jackson is now back looking to make the most of his sixth year. Check out Rob's full feature on CycloneFanatic.com. More on the wide receivers. Xavier Townsend came to Iowa State primarily for three different reasons. First off, he was already committed out of high school and then flipped to UCF, so he does have plenty of prior relationships with the staff. Second, he's known Rocco Becht since Pop Warner Ball in elementary school. According to him, his team dominated Rocco's year in and year out. The third reason is he saw the void of Jalen Knowles' elite production and impact. He knows that he can fill it. He's confident in his abilities. And still, X wants to carve out his own legacy and not just be Knowles' replacement.
I like to say, Jalen was an absolute a beast. He was really great, but I'm a different player. I'm a different person, and I try not to try to put myself in those cleats or anything like that. I just want to come out and be me and try to do my best, put my best foot forward.
Here's wide receivers coach Noah Pauley on what's impressed him so far about Townsend.
What jumps out for me on X is just his work ethic. He's very determined to make sure that his next 2 years, he's going to have a lot of success. And that come into, learning a whole new offense, right? Learning, we're going to ask him to play inside, outside as well, kind of like we did with Jalen. So it's a lot on his plate, and he's handled it really, really well. It helps having a prior relationship with the quarterback from the recruiting process, which has been great for those two guys. But his work ethic is off the charts. And he's a guy that you got to sometimes say, whoa, then go, which is good for us. And I think that plays into the mentality and mindset that we're trying to build in this wide receiver room.
Moving to the other side of the ball, defensive backs Jeremiah Cooper and Jontez Williams have both been named to the preseason Jim Thorpe Award watch list. Iowa State is the only Big 12 program to have two players selected to this list, which is given to the nation's best defensive back. Cooper's focus this year is to replace the leadership that Beau Freeler and Malik Verdon both provided. He's helping integrate the young guys that are going to play beside him. However, in front of him, the healthy and experienced linebackers will help Cooper be Cooper.
If I'm free up to do more, that means everybody else doing their job. So that just comes with just us practicing, us getting on the same page. I know that linebacker group, they're an experienced group that a lot of them has played college football. So, they know what to expect, they know what to do. So the better they do their job, that allows me to do my job.
When Conrad Hawley left Kansas as a scholarship quarterback, his goal wasn't to go walk on to play basketball at Iowa State. In fact, it was the complete opposite. Check out this part of my interview with Hawley.
My goal was to go to Colorado State and just be a student there, but I couldn't get in-state tuition. I had some family who lived in Colorado, and I was trying to use a loophole that way. It didn't work out, so I went into the Colorado State football office. I knew I didn't want to play anymore, but I knew that I liked football. And I would rather coach it than I would play it. And so I asked their offensive coordinator and head coach, I said, hey, can I be a student coach? And they were like, are you a student at Colorado State? I was like, no. And they were like, you can't do it then. And I was like, what if I just come work for you guys? And they were like, well, you'd be working all these hours for free. So like, well, I'm not going to do that. And so I was just working out there, and the gym that I worked out at, and I worked at, I had a basketball court, and I was like shooting hoops, and it's the same. No matter if you're 20, which I was, or if you're 10, when you're shooting hoops, like you're dreaming, And so like, man, what if I go play college basketball? Like I could do that. Like I'm good. Like I'm making 3-pointers on air. Like this is cool. And so I was just like, screw it. I'm gonna see if I can do it. And then I had played on a good AAU team, and they connected me with Iowa State, and it ended up fitting. And then when Iowa State was like, would you want to come? I'd be like, yeah, sure. And so I like ended my lease and like moved like 2 days later and then showed up in Ames and I didn't know anybody. It was awesome. So
That's such a cool story. I didn't know that part. So
yeah.
it was kind of just a connection through AAU, and I'm guessing who your coach knew and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was like an AAU coach, like kind of told Iowa State, like, hey, we have a guy who's looking for a team. And I was just like, I didn't know anything about Iowa State. Like, I don't really watch too many sports. Like, I didn't know they went to the Sweet 16. I didn't know their names. Like, I didn't know anything about it until this guy named Kyle Green called me. And he would call me like every day, and I would just talk his ear off because I'm a good talker. But he would call me at work, which was awesome because the job I worked in the evenings was at Jack's Outdoor Goods, which I have a ton in Colorado. And so I would go sit out, and it was the summertime. It was like May when he was calling me, and I would go sit out, and they had this like beautiful like outdoor like pond with all this like nature stuff. And I would like on the job, I would go sit out there and be like, I have to talk to this guy. It's really important. So somebody would like cover for me and I'd go talk to him for like an hour while I'm getting paid. It was awesome. Yeah, he like just would call me a couple times a week. And then eventually like I've talked to TJ one time and he was on the bus tour and he was basically like, tell me about yourself and tell me why you want to come. And I told him, and I tried to like sell myself and put my best foot forward. And he was like, okay, that sounds good. We'll take you. And so then I came. It was pretty cool.
You can check out that full interview with the CEO anywhere where you listen to your Cyclone Fanatic podcast. Thank you so much for supporting what we're doing, and we'll be back with some football availability on Thursday.